Hi guys, welcome back to Chop's Garage, and we're still working our way through my large bulk buy of cars from British car auctions. So today we have the Skoda Fabia. It's been in the background for a while. I haven't covered it with you guys because, to be honest, I was a little disappointed with it and I'm not entirely sure what I'm going to do with it. So what we have is a 2008 Skoda Fabia. I believe this is the 3-cylinder 1.2 in this one, but we'll open the engine bay and confirm. I can't remember offhand. Like I say, we got it from British car auctions. I'll confirm towards the end what we paid for it. I can't remember exactly what, but I think whatever it was, we probably overpaid. The issue with the car is it's the bodywork. I mean, you guys know I'm ready to get the rattle cans out and prep bodywork, no problem at all, but this one, there might be a few things that take it too far. So the first thing is, when I saw the car at the auction, I noted the lacquer peel on the bonnet. Now I do think I only spotted this section here, and what my plan was, I could jet wash off the loose lacquer, key it up and re-lacquer the whole bonnet and make it look tidy. But the thing is, the lacquer peel goes into the bumper here as well, and the pictures don't show you the lacquer peel on the roof and the fact that the paint is faded. Now I think with a machine polish we could probably get it looking better, but I think really for retail you'd be painting the bonnet, you'd be painting the roof, you'd be painting the bumper, and financially, time wise, it doesn't stack up on a car of this value. You've also got the rear bumper here. I don't think financially it stacks up. The rest of the bodywork itself is actually quite straight. It's free of dings and it's free of scratches. Overall, it's actually pretty good in terms of, you know, condition wise like that. It's just the lacquer peel. If the lacquer peel hadn't happened, it would be a super clean one. The problem is it goes slightly into the interior as well. The interior, the fabrics are actually really clean. These are normally really badly water stained and quite dirty. The interior fabrics are really quite clean, but we've got some serious wear here in the driver's seat. I mean, the actual plastics, like I say, the plastics on the steering wheels always go bad, but the plastics themselves are quite good, and the fabrics are quite good as well. We've got one sort of stain in there that needs sorting out, a bit of dirt, but overall, like I say, these are normally water stained and quite bad, but they're actually pretty good on this. Basic interior equipment. We've got our what have we got in here? Air conditioning, CD radio. I don't think we've got auxiliary input on it. I can't remember offhand, unless it's hidden away up here. I don't see auxiliary input on this one, so fairly basic spec. In terms of the engine wise, seems to start alright. Obviously these the tensioners can get weak on these and they need chains. When I very first started from cold, there was a momentary second or two, but nothing outrageous, not like the bad ones I've heard. Yeah, so we've got electric mirrors, we've got electric windows, we've got CD radio, got aircon, fair, you know, base level spec side of things. Doesn't smell bad in here. The carpets are all really clean. You know, in terms of an auction car, and I've driven it around, and it goes through the gears all right. Oh, I've left the handbrake on. There's something rattling about there, maybe a little bit of exhaust or something, I'm not sure, but yeah, it drives all right. It's been sitting idling around, doesn't overheat, anything like that. Steers alright, there's no knocks or bangs or clunks in the suspension. It's got 6 months MOT on it. Brakes are a bit graunchy from sitting around. I just need to knock the dust off them. Yeah, I mean, so that side of things seems okay. It's just too tatty to spend the time on to retail. It would never get me a return on my investment on the time. The Ford Fusion, for example, you know, I got it at a really good price to be able to do the work on it. If I got that near the price of this car, it wouldn't stack up at all. Let's have a quick look underneath the engine bay. I didn't cover the miles, 94,000 miles on this one. So yes, it's a little 1.23 cylinder. The corner level came in correct at the correct level. I do love how much room you've got around this. You could get any part of this off the engine off without having to faff around at all. It's really good. Engine oil is good condition. Little bit below the max, not much, but it's actually really clean. I get the impression this wasn't a badly maintained car. I can't remember how much history I've got with it, but the interior condition, like I say, is clean, and it just gives me the impression that someone got to a point where all this lack appeal was getting too much for them, and they decided they wanted something that didn't look quite so tatty. So with this one, the question is what to do, and I think the best course of action with this one is to sell as it is cheaply. I can still warranty the engine and gearbox for say 3 months, so someone's got some confidence behind it, but sell it with the existing MOT, with the existing bodywork. I'll do a longer road test to check that the vehicle's safe to use, that there's no other problems like that I found, and I think the thing is just sell it on as it is. Now, I sold a really clean one of these for 2,795 fairly recently, didn't I? Was it? Might have been a 2010, that one though, but it had similar miles on it, same colour, same spec, and that flew out the door. Absolutely flew out the door. Might be nearer 3 grand. Absolutely flew out the door. People love that car. I got phone calls for ages afterwards. So I think what I might do is, I think just 1495 it as is with the bodywork. It's a cheap run around for someone. It's a nice little car. I think probably retail wise for it would have been about 2.5 all done up, but I would be days and days into this, and I couldn't do it with rattle cans. So comment down below, what's your thoughts on this little motor? What would you do with it if you were in my situation? And do you think I'm doing the right course of action, just selling it on as is? Anyway, as always, thanks for watching. We've got a couple more cars to get through. We got the little Fiat 500, and I've bought another 2. I bought a Ford Fiesta, and I've bought a car I can't remember. So you're going to have to hit the subscribe button, sorry, to see what that other car is, because I can't remember offhand. We are starting to get some of them retail ready. In the back corner here, we've got the Yaris from the last video, which after a machine polish and a swap out to the alloy wheels has come out incredible. This car is in such good condition. It really is. It looks fantastic in this gunmetal, polished up so well. I went over it with 3000 grip for sell, and then I gave it a quick going over with the auto grim, just normal polish, and it came out like this. The metallic is, and the lacquer is just absolutely popping. Inside, if you remember, was really clean anyway, so that's come up really well. So yeah, it just looks absolutely fantastic. So we've now got that listed up for sale. The Ford Fusion is listed up for sale, and that also is looking fantastic. If you managed to sit through that massive video yesterday, I think it's yesterday that will be going, this video will be going out versus that. Yeah, this also looks fantastic. Already had a couple of inquiries about that, so I'm supposed to be coming and seeing it any minute. So again, hit that subscribe button to find out whether it does sell and how much it sells for and how much profit is made out of it. Haven't got around to doing anything to the bumper on this yet. I did have a painter that was supposed to be coming by. We had a good chat. He said he didn't want to come just do one job. He wanted to do 4 or 5 jobs, so I saved up 4 or 5 jobs for him. He did say he was busy and he wouldn't get into me last week, but he said he'd definitely get to me this week, but unfortunately he hasn't done so. So it looks like I shall be cracking out the rattle cans and doing that fix myself. And that's also why I didn't get on with the Micra, because I was going to have to do the corner of the bumper and the Micra as well, and the Volvo. So it looks like I shall be cracking on and doing those things myself. We'll get the Volvo done, Get the corner of the bumper on this one done. Get the Micra done. The Fiat 500 I haven't shown you yet, so I need to do a video for you on that. The Chevy Spark from the earlier video that's got the bad gearbox, I'm pretty confident it's got a bad gearbox. I've had Phil from Moores come and have a look at it, and he's confident it's the gearbox as well. So that'll be pushed to the side until everything else is done. You have to basically the bigger jobs to last, so that you can get the ones that are most retail ready to go. And today, what we're going to do is, I say we, me, is get the Seat Ibiza finished off. So that's now back with an advisory-free MOT from the guys down at Moores. Fantastic service once again. They swapped the tyre over for me, the brand new tyre they're putting on the front onto a different rim. I've got the right rim for it now, so well done to those people that spotted it. So that's ready to go on, and the plan today is get this completely cleaned and photographed, ready for going up for retail. They've got the red one down there, still doing the work on the red one at the moment, doing the cam belt on that one for me. And then the next one will be the Volvo. It's covered up obviously from when I was spraying here, because all I need to do is get that done. The rest of the car's so immaculate, it'll just then be a case of polish. And it had a big cam belt service very recently, didn't it? So to be honest, this is probably the closest to retail. It just needs that bit of bodywork doing on it. But I've got to get the bumper off and double check there isn't any damage behind that at all. So as always, tons and tons on. Not enough cars actually up for sale at the moment for a person that's supposed to sell cars. I only have the little Peugeot listed. I took in part exchange off of a customer. The newer car is always a slower sale for me, I find. So we've got the Peugeot, the Yaris and the Ford Fusion are the only cars I actually have up for sale at the moment. I've got 3 cars for sale, and so obviously if that one does go today, I'll be down to only having 2 cars up for sale. And there was some interest from somebody on the Yaris as well. So yeah, I've got to put my finger out and get all these cars ready. I was going to outsource some of the work, but like I said, it doesn't seem to be planning out apart from the mechanical side of things. So just a case of cracking on myself. That's another reason why with the Skoda it just seems to make a lot of sense just to move it on, because it would take me a month or more to get around to doing that, and then there isn't really the margin in it anyway. So I still want to get my Suzuki Swift in and do all the fluids and get the tyres changed over, because that track day was postponed, that I was supposed to be going on my Suzuki Swift Sport, postponed to February, actually day before my birthday. It's been postponed too. And I have got some, what did I buy again? I bought some Michelin Pilot Sports, are they, I think, to go on the fronts. I'm not doing the rears at the moment. Reason being, the rear tyres are good at the moment. This is obviously a front wheel drive car. It's the first time I'm taking it on track. Could be the engine blows up on it. So it's going to be the first proper test of the car, so I'm not going to throw huge amounts of money at it until I know that it's good to go, and then I'll do the rears as well. I have got the full service kit up here for it. I've got the gearbox fluids to do all the gearbox oil on it. I'm going to put some Slick 50 in the gearbox. I know that's going to drive some people mental. Cue the comments below as to whether that's any good or not, but we know those gearboxes are prone to damage, so I want to give it the best chance. And we've got the proper NGK laser iridium spark plugs to go. So we're going to do spark plugs, engine oil, gearbox oil, add some Slick 50, stick those sticky Michelins on the front, and then should be all set for the track day. Quick update on the filthy Alfa that I've been using. Now, I said to you the other day when I went down to Phil's that he didn't have time to have a look properly at what the turbo problem might be with it. He just sorted out the brakes for me. I promptly then got a flat tyre. That's why the wheel's in there to go back on it again. I've got the space saver on at the moment. But yes, I got it back off Phil. He said he hadn't had time to have a proper look at it and doing it. He'd just taken it for a test drive, and he knew what I was talking about with the boost issue. And he'd had a look at the codes, and it had the same code in there for the boost sensor, which I've already swapped out. And he gave it back to me. I drove it the following day, and the thing is was boosting exactly where it's supposed to, about 1700 RPM again. Really, really weird. So yeah, Phil said he did nothing to it other than take it for a test drive to find out what was going on. He said he did thrash it a bit to try and work out what was happening, kept it in low gears, came on and off the turbo loads and loads. So I get it back the following day, and the thing is performing really well. The boost is kicking in bang on, about 1700 revs, pulling right the way through. Thing feels like a rocket ship. It feels quick anyway, but it felt like a rocket ship. So I go back to Phil and go, what exactly did you do to this car yesterday? He said, nothing, just drove it. He said, just drove it and worked it back and forth off that boost, and said, you know, kept the revs up, all that kind of thing. I said, well, I don't know what you've done. You scared it into performing properly. So really strange. But a day later, it's back to doing the same thing again. So I think it's got to be sticky turbo, isn't it? Got to be sticky turbo vanes. If a really good thrash gets the car performing as it should do again for a short period of time, it's got to be some gungy turbo vanes, isn't it? Again, give your comments down below. I know we've had lots of opinion on this. It's been going on for a long while now. But yeah, interested in your opinion as to why after Phil gives it a really good thrash, it starts to perform as it should do again, but then after a day or two of running again, it gradually goes back to doing the same thing of really only boosting until sort of 3000 revs. It is still boosting every now and then in the lower revs, but not like it was pretty much bang on after Phil took it with that drive. So, let's say lots on. You'll notice things have changed slightly because we've got our van in the background now, and we've got a spot where the fusion's gone. That's out on its test drive. The guy's a trader with trade insurance, so I've let him take it out on his own. So yeah, like I say, hit that subscribe button down below. Make sure you get a notification when the next video comes out, and you'll get to find out whether it's sold and whether we made any money on it. As always, massive thanks for watching, guys. Thanks for all your comments, thanks for all your support, and look forward to seeing you again soon.